Well, at this time, I would love to have my brother in Christ, Bob Miner, come forward. Bob, it's a great joy to be standing beside you today and to be part of your baptism. I just want you to know that we're so glad that you've become part of our church, and it has been incredible to see how God has worked in your life since you've joined us. And so I'd like you to share today with the congregation, what has God done in your life and why do you want to be baptized today?
Hey everybody, is this thing working? Yeah. My name is Bob Miner, and I'm not as nervous as I thought I would be. Okay, there you go. I'm not as nervous as I thought I would be, but I think it's because God's been talking to me all morning, and I was worried about saying something right or whatever it was, and he's given me these words in my heart and in my mind, and I was worried that I'd screw it up, that I wouldn't say it right, but I know he's working through me, so I can't screw this up. He's going to help you by making your ears hear what he wants you to hear. And so that's the beauty of it. And so the message that he's been giving me is that, and I've been fighting with him about this for my whole life, and that's that he loves me. And he loves me so completely. It's just amazing. And he's been telling me this since I was little. But I've been watching all these circumstances in my life that I didn't feel were right. And therefore, he's not loving me the way I want him to love me. And so what I've grown to understand is that I'm like, and we all are, we're like flowers that are blooming in this huge field. And we see this. We see ourselves unfolding, and we look at ourselves and we go, this just isn't right. But if you look at the flower from outside, it's beautiful, and it's blooming, and the petals are opening just a little bit each time, and that part's just so amazing. And we're looking up to heaven, and we're looking for this, we're looking for validation or whatever it is from the outside, and we're just beautiful. All of us are just this amazing beauty of a flower. And some of it are tough times, and those roll away. And even when they're not perfectly beautiful, in our minds, they are amazing. I look at a rose and I see even the dying petals that are moving off are amazing in color, and they're deep crimson, whatever it is. So God's been telling me my whole life, I love you. And I've been going, no, hey, you can't. I'm just not good enough. I'm not good enough. And he's been screaming at me the whole time that I'm way good enough and that he just loves me because he loves me. And I'll go into this really briefly because it's such a minor part now. But actually about 3 years ago, but about 1.5 years ago, I was going through the worst period of my self-reflection in my life, and I was drinking heavily, trying not to bloom anymore. I just didn't want to do it. And there was this moment, I can't explain it, but it was almost like God looked at me and gave me a big chest bump, and he said, I love you. And it was that point that I realized that he really did love me. He didn't care about all the stuff I'd done. He didn't care about anything. He didn't create me to despise me. He created me because he wanted to see me bloom. And he wanted to see me bloom in a different way than everybody else. Everybody blooms differently. And we all sit there and go, you're not blooming right. And he's blooming, whoever it is, they're all blooming perfectly. So I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be in your family. Whatever, I'm just going to finish blooming, and I'm glad to be here.